So good evening to everyone and very warm good evening, I should say, from All India Educators Forum. We are privileged to have this webinar with Ranjana Bharadwaj ma'am. And what a beautiful topic, learning of spellings made easy. And this is, this is a neglected area nowadays with auto correct and, auto check everywhere. There is auto check. So most of the students, even adults, are not learning the spellings. So they are, the technology is actually taking charge of the spellings now instead of the old traditional way when we used to remember spellings. So I think it's a beautiful session, and I'm happy that CBSE resource person like Ranjana ma'am had volunteered to conduct this seminar, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy this. And once again, thanks for all those who are participating. And ma'am, Ranjana Bharadwaj ma'am, you can start this. I would request everyone to keep yourself on mute, and we can take up the questions if there are during the course of the webinar. So otherwise, I think it will be better if everybody keeps themselves on mute so that there is no external disturbance. Ranjana ma'am, please.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much. And good evening, everyone. How many are there, sir?
Right now, total is 9. So some of them have not joined, I believe. So it's okay. I think we'll start. They'll be joining in due course. Yeah.
Right. Learning of spellings made easy. So we'll be there for the next 1 hour. Anybody, any question, I would request you to just unmute and put the question. Do not wait for the end of the session, right? And queries will be answered there and then. But in case you want to put it in the chat box, I would just request you to keep your mics mute. So this ice breaker round. Now, anybody who can read it aloud. So I want to
according to ma'am, that should be research. There's a spelling mistake there.
that's the tricky part.
You can continue, ma'am.
Linguistics department at Cambridge University. It doesn't matter in what order the letters in a word are. Letters in a word are. The only important thing is that the first and the last letter be at the right place. The reset can be a total mess. And you can still read it without problem. This is because the human mind does not read every letter by itself, but the word as a whole.
So thank you so much. I mean, can you give your name, ma'am?
Divya, ma'am.
Divya, thank you so much. And
thank you, ma'am.
This shows that spellings do not matter when you read. Okay. This is the exact translation, right? Are spellings important? That is the question here. That we were able to read this entire paragraph without making any mistake, although the spellings were not in order. So how can we say that spellings are important? Any input here?
Yes, ma'am. I teach the primary section, the kindergarten. Ma'am, I feel for them to know a word. I think, sorry, sir, I think I can speak.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Kindergarten children, they need, ma'am, to read a word. They need, we teach them with the help of the phonetic sound. So there I feel the spellings are important for them to read the word.
Okay, great. Thank you for that input. So do we read whole words in an instant or by sounds? So the research says that the fluent reader, quickly perceives the whole words. But the path to fluency is through mastering the connection between the letter combinations and the sounds they represent. And the fact is that our letters stand for sounds and they don't stand for any ideas. So spellings, they are an integral part of language instruction, I think, for every child. And we can say that it is the motor that helps students, master the basics of language. I think you would agree on this, especially students who may struggle with reading. So you will find that children who are not good in their spellings, they struggle a lot with the reading part. So why ma'am was able to read the paragraph, even though there were spelling mistakes there, because the basics were very clear to her. Maybe that is the reason, now that spellings, we are not focusing on spellings a lot. And it is, a thrill to focus hard on reading. Teaching spellings and handwriting enables, I think, a struggling student to use different senses and strengths to learn and master the relationship between the sounds and the symbols. So this is very important, and this is the backbone of reading. So does learning of correct spelling helps in reading? I can just have the answers in the chat box if possible. Yes, we can have the answers in the chat box. Okay, great. Nusrat, thank you. So the correlation, between spellings and reading comprehension is high because both depend on a common denominator. And what is that common denominator? It is the proficiency with language. So the more deeply and thoroughly a student knows a word, the more likely he or she is to recognize it, spell it, define it, use it appropriately in speech and writing. So, the major goal of the English writing system is not merely to ensure accurate pronunciation of the written word, it is to convey the meaning as well. So that is the reason why we can say that
Yeah.
spellings help in reading.
What
But the
computer?
problem these days is
Your
that
laptop. Laptop. Sold.
the problem is that these days, with the internet and with so many facilities which we are getting, the spell check for us is doing the work, and then we are neglecting spellings in the curriculum. Maybe when we are writing the emails also, there is spell check there. You're sending messages on the mobile, the spell check is there. Then what is the need, to learn spellings? So what does the spell check do? Will it give the word on its own? You have to initiate the word first. If there is a spelling, you want to write DOES and you write as DOSE, it is a legitimate spelling and the spell check will not correct it, right? That is the reason why the spell check will not help you in future. And you have to be, very, very apt with the spelling which you're going to use. So what is the importance of spellings and why are spellings important as on today? What can be the basic reason of that? Communication, literacy, and employment. So these are the three areas where I think our spelling should be up to the mark. Spelling is a critical component of communication. If you can read well, you can speak well. Literacy, spelling and reading skills are very, very closely related and help develop your overall literacy. And obviously employment, the spelling quality has a direct impact on the employment opportunities as well. So the importance of spelling has not lessened, even though we are using autocorrect and a lot of spelling softwares which are available. So it is always important, to start with these basic concepts when the child is very young. Essential components in learning spellings. Now, what are the various components, which we should be adept with when we start with learning of spellings? They say the Friday's test, Monday's miss phenomena. It showed that students excelled at remembering how to spell words for tests, but they failed to retain the information after the test was over. I think this is happening in all the subjects these days. So this is due to the perfect storm, caused by insufficient time and using memory as the primary spelling strategy. We lack the time to teach in depth, spellings and are forced to rely on maybe very short-term memorization techniques. The first essential component here would be phonology. Now, what is phonology? It is concerned with the smallest unit. The smallest unit here is phonemes. Phono means sound and ology would mean study. So it is the understanding of sound in words, read and heard, and spoken and written. So that is why this becomes very, very important. If you say cats, it just is concerned with the way it is pronounced, Kats. And the spelling is different from the pronunciation. So this is where problem is created and the child is not able to learn the spellings. Next is orthography. Now, orthography is speaking the word wherein the spelling is very, very clear. It is not that, the spelling is got a different sound here. The way you speak, the spelling comes like that. It is the correct writing. So it means the art of writing words with proper letters according to standard usage. It is very easy, if you follow this phenomena, 50% of the spellings are just spelt, and the few exceptions, they have to be learnt via the rules. Morphology in the simplest, terms is the study of smallest grammatical units of language. Now, these smallest units of language are called morphemes. Now, if you can see, the morph is the base, the O is the connector, the log is the base log, and the Y is the suffix. And if, we teach the child these kinds of concepts, he can never ever go wrong with the spellings when he grows up. Now, the study of the pattern of word forms, the study of how the words are formed, where they originate from, the grammatical forms, what is the function of prefix and suffix in the formation of words. This study is morphology. Now, morphemes, they can be free or they can be bound. The free, they coincide with a word form. For example, if I take a word supportive, the free morpheme will be support. But if in case of a bound morpheme, they do not coincide with the separate word forms. So in the same word supportive, the last three alphabets, I, V, E, would be a bound morpheme. So what is exactly the meaning that in case of a free morpheme, it can exist on its own. But in case of a bound, it cannot exist on its own. It needs that kind of support, to form a correct word. Etymology, the origin of words. This again is a very, very interesting part of linguistics. In the true sense, etymos means the true sense and ology means the sense. So etymology is concerned with the origin and the history of words. See, what is the pronunciation? Where does the word come from? All these things will be included in etymology. Now you can see here, if the word is metamorphosis, meta is the prefix, morph is the root word, and ossis is the suffix. So the meaning is changing shape, and ossis means process of. So if the words are subdivided and the meaning of these subdivision is very, very clear, again, we can add a suffix and a prefix and give a new meaning to the word. So before we go further, let's enjoy this song.
Definitely, no A's indefinitely. There are two E and two I's. The E's are on the ends, the I's are in the middle. E's are on the ends, the I's are in the middle. Separate, doesn't matter how you say it, it's always spelled the same. There are two E's and two A's. The E's are on the ends, the A's are in the middle. E's are on the ends, the A's are in the middle. It's embarrassing when you make a spelling mistake. It's embarrassing with a double R and a double S and a single little B after the E and the M. We make mistakes every day. It's an everyday kind of thing. We hope this song affects you. We hope it has a good effect. We hope this song affects you. We hope it has a good effect. Because it's necessary. One C, one R, double S. It's necessary, it's necessary. Necessary. Over there, there are two little boys, and they're playing with their toys. There they are, over there. Spelling mistakes, they happen a lot. Disappointing, I know. I recommend that you listen again to this song, and then tomorrow you won't get it wrong.
So how to improve your English spellings? Now these kind of videos are available, which I think would be very, very beneficial in case you show it to children. Now, how to improve your English spellings? I would take up mnemonics first. Now, mnemonics is a learning technique that helps us organize, retain, and remember information by making recall easy. So I would give you a line and you will tell me, which part or which spelling I am talking about. The Jumbo lost an E in an argument. What is it that we have to remember here? Jumbo lost an E. Janvi, sure, I'll give it to you. I can send you the video, in fact. So Jumbo lost an E in an argument. In other words, the argument will not have an E in it. Never believe a lie. So if you want to make the child learn the spelling of believe, so there is a lie in believe, right? Diana checked the calendar every day. Or I can say Dara checked the calendar every day. Why? Because DAR, calendar ends with a DAR, not with a DER. And when I say DARA, Dara, that means the spelling is going to end with DAR. Right? Now, anybody who can, give me what is the correlation in this line? Misspell never misspells. So what are we teaching here? You can unmute and answer. Misspell never misspells. Yes, anybody?
Double S.
Okay, great, great. Misspell, MISSPELL. This is the spelling of misspell. So this mistake we generally make by using a single S, right? So please keep quiet about my diet. If I want to teach the spelling of quiet, D-I-E-T. I-E-T is something which I want him to remember. There is a rat in separate. So where is the rat? Can you find that rat? SEPARATE. Okay, so the slide is not there. I'm speaking the lines. It's truly hot in July. And in truly, TRULY, children generally make a mistake of adding a E there. So it is TRUELY, which is not the correct spelling. That is why it's truly hot in July. And July has ULY in the end. So this is how we correlate the liar. That liar looks familiar. So in familiar, the last 4 alphabets is a liar. And if I want the child to learn the spelling of environment, a new environment will iron me out. So which is the word in environment? IRON. So these are basic concepts, which can be done on the board in the form of games. And this interests the child a lot. Now follow some rules. This I'm sure most of you must be doing in the classroom. You can put it in the chat box in case it is a yes there. So that I would not stress more upon this concept. Follow some rules. Use the I before the E except after C or when sounded as A as in neighbor and way. So examples are believe, chief, peace. I'm sure this rule is being followed right from class 1. Now dropping the final E. Now drop the final E before a suffix beginning with a sound A, E, I, O, U, but not before a suffix beginning with a consonant. So yes, Divya is using this rule. Very good. So what do I do in this? How do I explain this? In case the word is RIDE and I want to add ing to it, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to drop the final E, right, before the suffix, beginning with the sound of A, E, I, O, U. So what is the spelling here now? RIDING, and I remove the E. I hope I'm clear about this. If I talk about guidance, so I drop the final E. Why? Because the suffix starts with the sound of A, E, I, O, U. So the spelling becomes GUIDANCE. Again, in hope, if I want to add ing, since it starts with A, E, I, O, U sound, so what do? I drop the final E. But in case of LIKE, like, and I want to add any double S to it, now I do not remove the final E. For what reason? Because there is no A, E, I, O, U sound in the suffix. Exceptions are there, truly noticeable, and this is something we have to emphasize. So changing a final Y to, if I say D, E, F, Y, change a final Y to I before a suffix, unless the suffix begins with I. So if I say D, E, F, I, and I want to add A, N, C, E to it, I drop the Y and I add an I to it. What is the reason? Anybody? What is the reason? Yes.
Can you please repeat your question?
So what is the reason that I am dropping the Y and adding an I to it?
Ma'am, we just know that we dropped the Y and IES in the plural form.
Yes. Okay. The rule says that, change your final Y to I unless the suffix begins with I. If you see the word trying, TRYING, I do not drop the Y here. What is the reason? Because the suffix starts with an I here. That is why I retain the Y. But in case of DEFYANCE, I drop the final Y and put an I there. For what reason? Because ANCE starts with a A and not with a I. So change the final Y to I before the suffix unless the suffix begins with I. So there are certain, exceptions. But when the rule is given, the exception should not be discussed there and then. It should be done in the next class. Again, we are adding on to the confusion, right? The learn commonly misspelled words. Now, many words are there which are generally we make mistakes, by using those words. And these 10 words, the research says that they are misspelled words. And these words can be what we say as sight words. They can be given on the board. And before the session starts, maybe the first lesson should be that a list of words should be given after the index column so that the child can refer to these words. We call them as academic words also, academic vocabulary also. And you can, start the session by playing games on vocabulary before you start with the lesson. Now make a list of words you have trouble spelling. Now, in case I ask you to spell a word, so you can just put it in the chat box. How do you spell vacuum? Just put it in the chat box if possible. Let's be quick enough. Okay, Janvi has done it. Rest. Good. Divya has given the spelling. Yes. Can you just put it in the chat box? Okay. Great. Shamla Rani Rao, she's given the spelling. What about the rest? Let's be quick enough. Whatever comes to your mind. Yes, I'm waiting for your responses. Okay. So now what is the easiest way? Right. Okay. Thank you. What is the easiest way to learn this spelling? At times we might get confused ourselves if we are in a hurry, to write the spelling of vacuum. Yes, whether it has got two C's. Yes, Nusrat. So thank you for the response there. So this, little game was not to see whether the spellings were correct or not, but whether we are confident, in giving the spellings as quickly as possible, right? That should be the entire, uh, way of dealing with the children also. So we do not have to correct them there. I can give them a way of learning it so that they can auto correct it themselves, right? So here vacuum, it is VACWM. So you see the M there, put it upside down, upside. Can we put it the other side? What is it? It has got two U's in it. So this is the simplest way to learn the spelling of vacuum. VACWM. The M has got two U's in it. So we cannot get, confused ever that whether it has got two C's or whether it has got two U's in it. Right? Now check word origins in the dictionary. This is a very good way of telling the child how to learn spellings. Anybody who can give me, if I have to teach the spelling of bicycle, how should I start with it? Any views on this? I hope we are teaching junior classes also.
Probably, I don't know whether I'm right. By means two, I think.
Yes,
Something
by
like-
means
Okay, very
two,
good.
and sai.
Yes.
Ma'am, we break up the word sai with the phonic sound sai. Sai says
Very good.
CY, and
Yes.
ka says C.
Yes.
And ma'am,
Okay.
E at the silent, E at the end is a silent word. It doesn't.
Great, great. Thank you so much. If we see the origin of this word bicycle, it comes from a Greek word, and the Greek word is CYCL, which means a circle. So if, these Greek and Latin words are made clear to the children, very few of them, which we add in the academic vocabulary, it's so easy to find and gauge the meaning. So if I say the Greek word CYCL means a cycle, it is easy to remember because, a wheel has the shape of a circle. And the bi in the bicycle is from a Latin word, which means two. So a bicycle is something, which has got two wheels in it. So easiest way to remember it is through maybe a bicycle can be done by a Greek word and Latin word. Or maybe if I say, and if I talk about a bicycle, then if a unicycle is like a bicycle, but with one wheel. So can you give me the word which means one here? If a unicycle is like a bicycle, but with one wheel, then what do you think uni means here?
One.
Uni
Is it
would
one?
mean one. One,
Yes.
yes, it would mean one. So this way, we can add on words also. Vocabulary can also increase. But this was a very, very basic word which I had taken. There are so many words. For example, you can take root words, CEPT, or you can take CORP. And you can give me two words with sept and corp. The entire class can give. This can be for classes 6 to 8 now. So for root words, you can take simpler words in junior classes, but this exercise can be done across till class 12th also. Right. Now, anybody who can give me a word, let's be very quick with CEPT, sept.
Concept.
Any word? Good. Great, sir. Concept. Any other word? Reception, deception,
Reception.
perception, interception, misconception, exceptional, receptive, perspective. If I say CORP, any one word?
Corporation.
Very good. Corpse, incorporate, corpus. It can
Corporate.
be very good.
Corporal.
Plural, very good. Right? So this way, we can have games in the class wherein the target words, whichever you want to teach, 1 day prior, they can be given to the children, or they can be put in the list of words. In case you're doing with very small children, they can just pick up words from the list of words which you have already given to them.
Ranjana ma'am, 1 second, we are going to log out. We'll be logging out now. So we will have to join back with the
Sure.
same ID and password. Yeah.
Sure, sir.
All the participants are required to join back because we are logging out right now. And with the same ID and password, you can log in.